Hello YouTube! Welcome to our kitchen. Today we will be cooking a seafood gumbo. Stay tuned. Okay, what we're going to need to get started with our seafood gumbo, we have here some turkey sausage, turkey smoked sausage, some green onion, a bell pepper, crabs, and we will be adding some peeled and deveined shrimp. As far as a roux, we're going to use the Louisiana gumbo mix. Let's get started. Okay, YouTube, now what hubby is about to do is cut up the seasoning that will go in our gumbo. He's now chopping up the green onions. This is about a bunch of green onions.
They've already been washed.
Nice rough chop with that. Okay, so now we're about to chop the bell pepper. And I'm using this is a orange bell pepper. You can use green or red. Will be fine. Okay, the first thing we're going to add is our turkey sausage. Green onions. And bell peppers. We're going to saute that until our bell peppers and green onions are cooked a little bit, and hopefully give a little brownness to our sausage. Now, because the smoked turkey sausage does not render that much fat, which is a good thing, you can use a little spray oil if you need before adding it to your pot. And we're going to continue to saute this for about 5 minutes. That should be good enough. And the next thing we're going to add is our gumbo mix. Okay, so our sausage has been browned and our bell peppers have cooked down. Now it's time to add our gumbo mix, and I've already mixed that up. I'm adding it to the pot. And make sure I get all the dehydrated onions and everything out of there. At this point, we're going to turn our fire on high. When we sauteed it, it was on medium high, but now we're going to turn on high because what we're trying to do is bring our roux to a boil. And you want to stir it. You don't want it to just sit. You want to keep giving it a good stir. And once you see it simmer, then you can begin to turn it down on low. And the way to tell if it's simmer, you may see, little bubbles, or you can also see that it is boiling a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go on and let that simmer. I've given it a good stir. And once it starts simmering, we'll be back. Alright, so our roux is now boiling. Just a small boil. And at this point, I'm stirring it because you don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pot or anything. And so now, the next thing we're going to do is go ahead on and add in our seafood. I'm going to start with the crabs. I'm going to take the crabs, and let me just tell you about the crabs. These are snow crabs. The best thing, of course, would be gumbo crabs, but I don't have that available to me, so I use the next best thing, and that is snow crabs. And you can dress this up any kind of way you want. You can add chicken breast, crab meat. You can add that as well. But we're going to start with the crabs. Kind of just mix them in. So we're going to mix the crabs in real good. And after the crabs, and as you can see, it is boiling, it's simmering real light. To that, we're going to add our shrimp. And these shrimp that I'm adding are peeled and deveined shrimp. And they are frozen. And I rinsed them off and put them in a rice strainer. And they kind of still clump together because they are frozen. But that's no problem. Just add them to the gumbo. And they will cook in. Okay. And you want to just kind of give it a little stir. And then we're going to let this simmer. But first, since I added frozen cold shrimp, I want to bring my temperature back up. So I'm waiting to come back to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, then I'm going to turn it down low and let it simmer on low for about 20 minutes. Okay, so our gumbo is ready to eat. The shrimp, the crabs have all cooked down. So what I'm going to do now is just plate it up and serve it over a hot bed of rice. Okay, YouTube, now here's the finished product. Our gumbo is served over a hot bed of rice. Enjoy.